You're feeding your baby. They're content, calm, staring up at you. And then your phone buzzes. You glance at it, just for a second. A text, maybe a notification. Maybe you start scrolling. When you look back up, your baby is still staring at you. But something has already changed. What your baby experienced in those few seconds, what happened inside their brain, is something most parents never find out about. And once you know, you'll never look at your phone the same way again. Welcome to Behind the Baby Eyes, where we explore the hidden world of what your baby truly thinks, feels, and experiences. Today, we're diving into one of the most talked about topics in parenting science right now. Because here's the thing, we all know that too much screen time is bad for babies. We've heard it 1,000 times. But what no one talks about is this. It's not just your baby's screen time that matters. It's yours. What happens in your baby's brain when you pick up your phone, when you look away, is a story that science is only beginning to fully understand. And it starts with one of the most powerful forces in your baby's world. To understand what happens when you look at your phone, you first need to understand what your baby is doing every single moment you're together. They are studying you. From the very first days of life, your baby's brain is wired to lock onto human faces, especially yours. Your face is literally their entire world. It's how they learn what emotions look like. It's how they learn that the world is safe. It's how they begin to understand language long before they can speak a single word. Scientists call this process social referencing. Your baby constantly checks your face to understand how to feel about everything around them. Is that loud noise scary? They look at your face. Is that stranger okay to be around? They look at your face. Is this moment happy or sad? They look at your face. Your face is their emotional GPS. And here's what makes this truly remarkable. Your baby's brain is doing all of this work in real time, making thousands of micro-calculations based on your expressions, your eye contact, your tone of voice. Now, what happens when that GPS suddenly goes blank? In 1975, a developmental psychologist named Edward Tronick conducted what became one of the most famous experiments in child psychology. It's called the still face experiment. Here's what happened. A mother sits across from her baby. They play, they laugh, they communicate. The normal, beautiful back and forth of a parent and child. Then, the mother is instructed to go completely still. No smile, no expression, no response. Just a blank face. Within seconds, the baby notices something is wrong. They try harder, they smile bigger, they point, they reach out. The mother stays still. The baby's behavior starts to break down. They turn away, they become distressed. Some babies start to cry. And here's what the researchers found in the baby's body. Stress hormones spiked. Heart rate went up. The baby's entire nervous system went into a kind of alarm state, all because their parent's face went blank. Now, here's the uncomfortable question. When you pick up your phone, what does your face look like? Not angry, not sad, not distracted in an obvious way. Blank, neutral, disconnected, gone. To your baby, this can look remarkably similar to the still face experiment. Not for 2 minutes in a lab, but for 30 seconds here, a minute there, dozens of times a day. Researchers have a name for this now. Technoference. It refers to the interruption of parent-child interaction caused by technology, specifically a parent's phone. And the research findings are striking. Studies show that when parents are distracted by their phones during playtime, babies show significantly more frustration, more bids for attention, and more negative emotion overall. One study from the University of Michigan observed mothers at a playground. On days when mothers used their phones more, children showed more negative behavior, not because they were acting out, but because they were desperately trying to re-engage their parents' attention. But here's the part that goes deeper than behavior. Your baby's brain is in the most rapid period of development it will ever experience. In the first year of life alone, the brain doubles in size. Neural pathways are being built at a rate of over 1 million new connections per second. And a huge portion of that development is driven by one thing: serve and return interactions. This is what developmental scientists call the back and forth exchange between a caregiver and a child. Baby makes a sound, parent responds. Baby points at something, parent looks and names it. Baby smiles, parent smiles back. Each one of these tiny exchanges is literally building your baby's brain. Language development, emotional regulation, cognitive function, social skills, all built through these moments. And when a phone interrupts these moments, consistently, repeatedly, every day, those connections don't get built the same way. If you're finding this valuable, and if you want to keep understanding what's really happening inside your baby's mind, consider subscribing to Behind the Baby Eyes. We release new videos every week, and every single one is designed to help you see the world through your baby's eyes. Now, let's keep going. Before we go any further, let's be honest about something. You are a human being, not a robot, not a full-time child development specialist. You need your phone. You have a life. You have messages to answer, appointments to check, moments where you absolutely need to look away. And the science does not say that any phone use in front of your baby will damage them. What it says is more nuanced than that. The key word in all of this research is responsiveness. What matters most is not whether you look at your phone. It's whether, when your baby reaches out to you, when they make that sound, point at that thing, look at your face, you are there to respond. Researchers talk about this as being a good enough parent. Not perfect, not constantly engaged, but reliably present when it counts. In fact, there's even some evidence that brief, natural interruptions, where a parent looks away and then returns, can actually help babies develop frustration tolerance and the understanding that people come and go and come back again. The problem isn't the glance at your phone. The problem is when that glance becomes a disappearance. When your baby reaches for you and no one is home. Scientists and child development specialists point to 3 simple practices that can protect the parent-child connection, even in a world full of smartphones. Number 1, the reconnection moment. When you've been on your phone, even for just a minute, make a conscious habit of reconnecting with your baby before doing anything else. Make eye contact, say their name, smile. This simple act signals to your baby's nervous system, I'm back, you're safe, we're okay. It costs you 5 seconds. To your baby's brain, it's everything. Number 2, protected windows. You don't have to be phone-free all day, but try to identify specific windows, feeding time, floor play, the 10 minutes after a nap, where your phone is face down or in another room. Research shows that even knowing a phone is visible on the table can reduce the quality of interaction, what scientists call the iPhone effect. Your brain is partly attending to the possibility of the phone, even when you're not using it. Out of sight genuinely means more present. Number 3, narrate your return. This one is for when your baby is a little older, 3 months and beyond. When you look up from your phone, narrate what you're doing. Oh, there you are. I was looking at my phone, and now I'm looking at you. This might feel silly, But what you're doing is helping your baby's brain build the concept that attention can shift and return, that people can leave and come back, that they are always worth returning to. This is one of the early building blocks of secure attachment. Phones aren't the enemy, but your baby is watching you in a way that is total, biological, and profound. You are their whole world. And every time you put the phone down and just look at them, connections form, trust builds, and they learn they matter. No notification will ever be worth more than that.